data analyst and a data visualization specialist. So let me quickly share my screen and start recording because the session will be recorded for you guys to rewatch as well.
Hi, Matthew. Sorry. So I have already
Hi.
started recording. Yes. So you can just
Okay.
proceed with the class. Thank you. So I'll be dropping off now.
Okay, no problem.
I've also made you a co-host. Okay. So you can admit people. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, that's okay. Can you guys see my screen? All right. So let me bring this in. This is the dashboard that we are going to recreate. It's a 4-page dashboard, a sales dashboard. This is the second page, the product page. Let's quickly go over it. And then the location. And lastly, the orders. Yeah, it's a lot, but we'll do it. So let's start in a plain page. All right, so I've loaded the data set and I'm going to send the data set to the co-host so that she will upload it for you guys as well. This is the data set, and the normal process to loading the data set to Power BI, you come here and then text or CSV because the data set is in a CSV format, and you bring it in and then we'll start creating our charts. It's a clean data, so there's no point to transform or clean it. So the first thing we'll do is to let's see our data set, the columns. Here we go. So we want to create a calendar table. And to do that, we'll be using a DAX function. I'm going to upload the code as well for you guys. Let me quickly copy it from this. I'm going to upload this in a PDF. So first thing, let's check this order date. You see, this is formatted as a text type. Meanwhile, it's supposed to be date. So you quickly come to up here and then you change the data type to date. And then you continue, press OK. Can't, no, it should convert. Order dates. Let's check this in Power Query. So why is it loading? Why is it slow today? We have to change this order dates to a date type, else we'll have errors when we are trying to link the table. That's a date table and it is a text type. It's supposed to be data and then it should change. You can't automatically convert the column to a date type. Let me go ahead and create the calendar table and see if this works, but it's not supposed to give me errors. So you come to the model view here and then would say new table. And then we'll paste in that code. Then let's click this. Okay. See, it's giving us error. Let me look at the data type. Let me confirm. This is the data set. Country, customer, and everything. The other date here is a date type, but on the other page, it's showing as a text type. Let me try to figure that out. Admin step. Why is it bringing errors? Oh man. Power BI. Okay, now we've created the calendar table. It's the error was because of the data type. So to correct that, you have to change the data type to from a text to a date, the data type for that very order date column. Now that we have this calendar table here, we want to create a relationship between this and this. That's between the original data set and the calendar table we just created. And to do that, we are going to simply drag the date column from the calendar to the order date here. That was why we needed to change the data type. So we'll drag this to this, and then we'll save it. Now we have the relationship. Now let's go back to our data sets, the report view. Now we have the calendar and then this. So we can start creating our first chart. Let's see. Bring in a column chart first. And then we bring in months from the calendar. So we'll use month short. And then we'll bring in profit from our data set here. So we'll click on profit and it's going to go to the x-axis, the y-axis rather. Months shouldn't give us this. This is what we're trying to achieve and we will get it. Yeah, the month. And then the profits. I think this is a wrong data set. This is not, it's not supposed to. Let me just hold on, guys. Let me look at the proper data set. That's not the proper data set for this. Um, I can't find the proper data sets, so we'll just do everything on still this very Power BI file, but on a new page. So let's recreate this. Let's have this on a new page. So I've created the page one. So you bring in your column chart, which is this, the stacked column charts. Let's expand it. Then you put the month from the calendar table, the month, the short form of that, and this total profits. But let's have that have the profits first. Let's have the profits. Now we have this, but this is not what we have in the first page. There's a way we can format this using error bars, and we can also use the lollipop chart, which is this. If you're signed into Power BI, you can import these charts. If you're signed in, that's if you have your name here, you can import this chart. And to do that, you just click on Get More Visuals here. It's going to load on Microsoft Marketplace, and then you search for this lollipop column charts by Nova Silva. When you search for this, you have these charts here. Now, what will happen is if I click on this now, and then it has changed to this, and this one makes more sense. So we'll have this somewhere here, and would format it in a way that makes sense. To format it, you come to your format area here, and you go to data points. Data point simply represents these bars. How do we want how thick do we want it to be? So underline width, we'll just drop that at, let's say, 10. You see, it's now thick now. And then we can change the line color to whatever color we want. Let me get the color I used for this. You won't have to do this. I'm just trying to extract the color. Okay, now I have it. Now, when you are back to your chart, you come to the format pane under data points, line color. You go to more colors. Follow closely. Press more colors, and then you type in this hex code. Oh, did I not copy it? Okay, here it is. This is the hex code you type, ECCF81. And when you type it, it's going to give you this. You can see the color has changed. And now for the marker, this little balls up here, it's called marker, and here it is. You can change the shape to whatever shape you want. You can use this, but this doesn't look appealing. This one looks like some kind of arrow. But let's have it, let's have the circle. And then we'll give it which color. Okay, I think we'll come back to this when we are formatting everything, but let's have this here. Now the second chart would want to have is the profits by sales channel. This one is just showing us the sales trend. As we can see that in January, the total profit was 19,900, and yeah, this is just the profits trend here. I said sales because it's a profits column. And the next would be the profits by sales channel. So we'd still bring in, this was on the column chart, but the one we'd use for the sales channel is a bar chart, but it is still by Nova Silver. So remember the steps. You'd come here, get more visuals, and then you bring in the lollipop bar chart. You search for lollipop bar chart, and you'd see download and you'd see add. I don't want to go over it now because it's going to take time if I'm trying to load it in. But when you see download and add, you simply click on add, and it's going to add it to your visualization pane. Then you click on it. Now we have it here. So let's bring in sales channel. Sales channel. Sales will go to the axis, and then we're still looking at profits. Where is the, yeah, this is the profits column. So the values. Is it loading? It's supposed to show. Let me try that first with the bar charts. Sales channel and then profit. There we go. Let me remove this. I can now change it to this lollipop chart. Oops. It's not showing. Why is it not showing? Since it's not showing, let me show us another method that we can achieve that chart, and we'll be using error bars for that. It's going to take a little time, but yeah, it's worth it. For that, you don't even need to import these visuals. You just write a simple DAX to get that. So the first thing we'd want to do for that is we'd write a simple DAX code. On your data sets, you won't have all of this. These are all calculated fields. You won't have all of this, but I'm going to show us in the course of this lecture. So the first thing you do for the measure is you come here and then you click on anywhere, and then you'd see new measure. Then you click on new measure. This is what you want to type. When you click on new measure, you just type this in. Underscore 0 equals to 0. That's what you type. I would have typed it, but I have it here already. Ensure you type everything like this. 0 equals to 0. Then that's it. Now let's bring back our bar chart. And then let's bring sales channel inside. and then profit again. Now to make it look thin like this, remember this one was an imported visual, but for this would come to this third tab here. Oh, this third tab here that says add further analysis to your visual. And then under error bars, this is where the magic happens. Under error bars, you'd see options, and then under options, ensure you enable this. You have this enabled, and then you'd see by type. Yeah, you leave this like this, and then that measure we created, that's 0, that simple measure we created, you drag it to lower bound, and then we're looking at profit, so you bring your profit to upper bound. We have the profit column already, you bring it to upper bound. Now we see we have a little bar here. We have a little bar here. What we want to do is to open this bar place here, like the drop down, and then the width, let's leave it at 10 as well. It's a little bit thicker now, right? Now, oh, I edited it. 10 is okay. Then the border size, the maximum is 2. We can't increase the border size more than 2, and the width cannot be above 10 too. And then on the bar color, we would have this. The bar color, we would have this. Then it still doesn't make sense. So what we'll do is we'll go back to format your visual here, and then under bars, you see this color transparency, we increase it to 100. That's what we're trying to do, is we're trying to hide this other blue color. Now we have this now, because we've increased this to 100. If I should bring it to 0, we'd still see it again. But let's take this to 100. Now let's go back to our error bars, and then the border color, we'll change it to the color we have, which is this one. Remember, to get this color, you have to click on more colors and then paste this code, this ECCF81. So for the border color, we change it to be that. And then markers, the marker shape, we don't want it to be this. We want it to be this rounded. See, it's looking good. Then the size, 10 as well. Now we have this. We don't even need to import. I can even delete this one at once. Well, yeah, let's just proceed. And now we have 2 charts. I think I should get rid of this one. Yeah, let me get rid of this one. Let's use normal visuals instead of importing. But yeah, that's I've shown us 2 methods now. So we'll just bring in the stacked column charts. Let's expand it, and then we bring in our months and the profit. So click on the profit. We have that now. Remember the process. We'll go to error bars down here, ensure it is enabled, and then we drag the measure we created, which is this 0, we drag it to lower bound. And then the upper bound, we are targeting profit, so we bring in the profit column to the upper bound. Now we have that. So on the bar, we change the bar color to this, and then the width would have it as 10. The border color, same thing as this, and the border size would be 2 as well. The markers, we want it to be circle, that's this dot, and then 10 as well. Now we have that. We'll go back to our format tab. We'll come to columns. You know, for this, it was bars. For this very chart, we had bars here. It was because this is a bar chart. But for this, it has changed to column. This is because this is a column chart. So don't get confused. You might check and you don't see anything like bars. You'd see use column for it. So under color, we increase the transparency to 0. Now we have this. Let's format it at once. You come to grid lines, you turn the horizontal grid line off, and then see these values here, we'll turn it off. That's the values on the x-axis, and I mean the y-axis rather. So you come to y-axis up here, you turn off values and titles. Those little things makes our charts to be cluttered, so ensure you remove it whenever you're working on your dashboard. Then this little month short title here, we don't want it, and it's on the x-axis. So we go to the x-axis and we turn off title. Now you see we have something that makes sense here. If you hover on it, you would see the details. Now we don't want to see this lower and upper that's showing on the tooltip. So we'll just click on it, go back to error bars, and then we'll turn the tooltip off. Now we don't have that again. We'll still do a whole lot of formatting on this. It's a long journey, but we'll achieve it. We'll have a stunning dashboard. So we've turned on the tooltip for the bar chart as well, and then let's remove this sales channel. Let's turn off the titles and values on the y-axis. So quickly go to the y-axis. You see I'm on the y-axis. Turn on, no, not the values, on the title rather. The title, so that we can still have the values here to indicate what each of the bars mean. And then on the X, we turn off the values and the title there. Please follow, watch the video. You watch repeatedly before you get it, because I might be fast. It's because of time. But be rest assured that I would have everything we have on this dashboard here in our class. The next step would be to get a map chart to show profit by state. You see, we have 3 maps here. I'll be 4 maps. This is the first map. This is the field map. This is the shape map, and this is the Azure map. We'll be using the shape map for this. So we click on the shape map, and we have it here. You might not see this shape map on your Power BI. It happens. Now let me show you how to get it. If you don't have this shape map on your Power BI, what you do is you'd come to File, you'd go down to Options and Settings. Under Options, you click on Options here. It's going to load. I feel like I should show us all of this so nobody has issues when trying to recreate this. Under Options, I think it's in, let's see, Security. Yeah, under Security, you scroll to Map and Field Map Visuals. So you click on Use Map and Field Map Visuals. And after clicking it, yours might be unticked. You click on it and then you press OK. Then there's another settings. I think it's privacy. Original. Let me just look at it. Okay, it should be preview features. Yeah. On preview features, you'd scroll and then you'd see. You might want to enable all of this. You might want to enable all of them too, but we're looking for the map for now. Okay, yeah, shape map visual. Then you ensure you have shape map visual ticked. When you do that, you might need to restart your Power BI. If you've worked on these 2 charts already, just save your reports, close the Power BI, restart it again, and then you'd have these charts. Otherwise, this is what you would have. And this doesn't look really good on what you are trying to achieve. So enough talks for now. Let's proceed. Now we're looking at profits by states. We'll go to the states column and then we'll just tick it. It's going to come to location naturally. It's showing us the different states. This is a map of the US here. And then we'll bring in profits to color saturation. It automatically went there when I ticked on it. Now, if I hover on it, you can see the sum of profits for each of the states. It's really interactive and beautiful. Now, let's change the color at once. We'll come to format your visual under fill colors. I think the maximum should be this. Let's see the minimum as well. No, let me confirm. Fill colors, okay. All right, that's for the minimum. Okay. So let's click on it again. We'll go back to fill colors. For the minimum, come to more colors. Whoa. Let's select this first. Now for the minimum, come to more colors and type this. This hex code is basically how you get the exact color. Yeah. And then the maximum is the maximum this. All right, if it's not, we'll change it later. Then we'll adjust this to somewhere here. Bring this. Yeah, let it be like this for now. I think we are done with the overview page. That's the page one. We have the 3 charts left. I want us to finish the 3 charts before we look at creating the KPIs, because this is a lot of work and a whole lot of calculations. So let's go back to page 1. Now let's have a new page, which is the second page, and then we would bring in a table to show profits by product category. Let's get our table visual. Let's bring this. Let's bring this first. Then we'll click on product category. We'll search for product category on the data set here. Product category, where is it? Product name. Let me close this calendar. Let me quickly search it. Don't we have category here? For products. Okay, product name. I'm sure it should be product name. So we'll click on product name. Okay, yeah, that's it. And then we want to go to profit as well. Click on profit. Click on profit. All right, here it is. As we're trying to look at the profits for each of these products. Yeah, I don't think we should work on this table for now because we'd have to put in some calculations first. Let's go about other charts. Now let's look at profits by region. We'll still come back to this. Profits by region would have our bar chart for that. And then we'll bring in profits and region. This one is actually simple. Just click on profits and then region. Now we have this. The next thing we want to do is profits by sales channel again. We still need that again. So okay, let's just do something easy. Let's edit this. We'll go to error bars. Remember the method, error bars. We'll have the options enabled. And then we bring in this very measure to lower bound. And then we bring in our profits to upper bound. Now we have that. We'll go back to the bars. And then we increase the transparency to 100. Now we have this. We'll go back to the error bars. And then under the bar color, we change it to the color we are using. And then the width, we make it 10. Border color, this as well. Then the border size would be 2. Remember, 2 is the maximum. You can't increase it above 2. Then use this. Then the size would be 10. Now that we have that, let's turn off the tooltip. Now to create another chart for sales channel, let's see if you can copy this. You right click and then you see copy visual. Under copy visual, and then you paste it again. Yeah, you have this now. Let me quickly change this to Let's see if it's going to work. Perfect. It worked. But we're not looking at regions. This is actually fast because we don't have to go impute everything again. We're not looking at regions. We are looking at sales channel for the second chart. So we'll just remove region here. And then we bring in sales channel. Now we have sales channel. We are going to filter them properly. I think we are done with that. Then let's go to the page 3. After we create the last chart on page 3, we'll start our DAX calculations. The page 3 chart would be regional sales trend. So we'll bring in, okay, I copied that visual, Control V. I'm just going to paste it and then change it to the column chart. And then let's increase it. Let's increase it. And then we'll bring in our months. We'll go to calendar and then the month short. So that's, we'll remove the region and then we bring in months. Now we have this. We're looking at the sum of profits. Okay, that's actually okay. This would be here. So now let's go to the page 1. We've gone back to page 1. We would start writing some DAX measures to, let me show us what we are trying to achieve. All of this is what we are trying to achieve with the DAX measures. That's the revenue. We're going to find the revenue and then we'll compare it with the previous year. This PYS stands for previous year, and this little sign here is like to tell us that the revenue went up compared to the previous year, 8.22%. I'll do more explanations on that as we continue. This is the page navigator. Doesn't look good now because we've added more page, but before it was actually okay. So let's to start that, let's go to page 1. And then the first thing we would want to do is start calculating total, a whole lot of totals. Let's close down this calendar table. So I'm not going to write this again, but I'll show us. If I try writing them again, I'd have errors because I have them here again. So you come to any of this very place, and then you click on the column, and you say new measure. When you click on the new measure, you type, let's say, for instance, we're looking at total profit. You type this, see total profits. You're just going to type total profits equals sum of wares and then profits. That is this data set, or the table name is called wares. Look at it. The table name is called wares. That is, it's going to sum the profits column under wares. We have the profits column already. This is the profits column. So you're just going to sum this. Once you write this, please take note of all the brackets. The first one is a bracket, and this other one is it's not like actually a bracket, and then you just put it there and then you close the bracket, press enter. Any mistake you try to input something else, you have errors. So you'd write for total profits. You write for total customers. For total customers, it's going to be total customers equals to distinct count. Then you open a bracket. When you're writing it and you're opening the bracket, you would see it would suggest it to you already. It's going to suggest it. So you click on where's customer ID. This is counting the customer ID column. We have customer ID here already. So it is counting each of the customers. That is why we have the name here, total customers. That is what this very table is doing. So you write for total customers, write a DAX code for total orders. This is counting the order ID column. Count wares. Then order ID. You write for, okay, we've talked on total profits, total quantity too, total revenue. Then year over year customers. This is actually a whole lot of code. I'm going to copy this alongside the calendar code and then paste it on a PDF and upload with the data set for you guys. You do this for okay, I'm going to upload the code, so it's going to be easy for whoever is trying to do it. What is next? Then you also write this called previous year profits, the PY profits, previous year profits, and then the current year profits. You write all of this. 2024 profits, 2024 revenue, 2024 customers. I think I'll give access to this Power BI file. I'm going to send the Power BI file along so that it will guide everyone, because I want everybody present to be able to have everything here. So I'm going to upload the Power BI file as well. So you can click and then copy the codes. Once you just click on it, you copy the codes. Now let's go ahead and start creating the KPIs. So the first thing we'd want to do is let's bring in a card visual. Are we using a card or normal card? Let's bring in okay, the card, new card. We have two types of cards, so I was trying to figure out which. You see this card with a thunder sign here. We have this, and we also have this. We'll be using the second one here. So we'll click on that. It's too big, so we adjust it something like this. And then we're looking at revenue first. So we'll click on revenue. It's revenue, right? Okay, we have revenue here, so we'll click on revenue. Now we have the total, the sum of revenue. The next thing we want to do is versus the previous year. That's, we're looking at the previous year revenue. We calculated that already. So you'd come down, you see it here, year over year revenue. You won't just click it. What you do is you'd come to, under your format, your visual, you see reference labels. Click on reference labels, the reference labels here, and then we'll drag that year over year revenue to the reference label. Now we have this. We have this. We'll still do some formatting to that, but let's adjust this first. Let's adjust this, something like this. And then we'll bring in an area chart. This is an area chart. Okay, this is a line, this is an area chart. So we'll click on this. And then let's have revenue to the y-axis, and then we'll go back to our calendar table, and then we'll select the month, but month number this time around. Drag that to the x-axis, right? Good. You take the month number to the x-axis. I'm going to explain what this does. I'm going to explain it, but let me finish. And then we go to the tooltip. Okay, let me just say something brief here. So what this does is it's telling us the sum of revenue for each of the months. 11 here denotes November by month. You can see we dragged the month number, not the month name. The month name won't give us something like this. We dragged the month number instead. So we can see 1 here denotes January. As we are hovering on it, you see 2 is for February. And then 3, you know now, March and all of that, till 12, which is December, the last one, where the line chart stops or where the area chart stops. So now for us to have the name of the month on this chart, we'll use a tooltip. So we'll simply bring month name to tooltip. Tooltips are just something that shows or gives us extra information about a chart. So it's showing first month name. We'll just double tap on it and we'll remove first. Just remove first, and then we'll press enter. And if I hover on it, we would have a proper detail. It's loading. It's loading. If I hover on it, now we can see the month name. We can see October, August, July, and all of that. It gives us a better detail now. So now let's format this. We'll click on it. We'll come to format your visual under general. Okay, let's remove all of the titles and all of that. So on the x-axis, we'll turn off the values, turn off the title. We'll do the same for the y-axis. Scroll to the y-axis. We turn off values, and then we turn off titles. Now we have something like this. Then the color, would scroll to somewhere lines, under lines, yeah. Series, then yeah, we're looking at the color. This is the color. We change it to the color of our dashboard, which is this. The moment you start using this, you have it on recent colors. That is going to show the recent colors you've used on the report. So you have this. Now we have something like this. Let's do the same for profit. So I'll simply copy this. Is there where I can copy this? Yeah. So copy the reference label and then paste it. We'll bring that down. And then we are looking at the profit this time around. Let's close the calendar table. Remember, we've just did for revenue. Now let's go to profits. Yeah, this is the profits. You drag the profits to this sum of revenue, and then you remove sum of revenue. Now we have that. And then under the reference label, you come to the format your visual here. Come to reference label, and then under add data, you would add year-over-year profit. Remember, this was for year-over-year revenue. That's the previous year, the percentage change of the revenue on the previous year. Let me close this. And then we're looking, yeah, total year-over-year profit change. Good. So we'll drag it down here. Now we have this. So for us to check its interactivity, let me quickly bring in a slicer. Let me bring in a slicer. Where is? Yeah, let's use this. We all know what slicers are used for. Slicers are used for filtering. Can use to filter and see specific details and all of that in our data. So now let's filter. We want to see. Let's bring in the year. Under calendar, we would click on year to the field, and it's showing like this. We want it to be in a drop down. So you click on the format your visual. You go to slicer settings, and then the style you change it from between. You select drop down. Now we have a drop down, something like this. Now watch what happens. If I should select on 2022, for example, you see how it changed. Let me bring this now. That is, it has shown us profits for the year 2022. If I should select 2024, can see how it's changing. 2023, exactly, and it's changing alongside the percentage change as well. If we select 2021, we would see zeros here. The reason why we are seeing zeros here, remember, this is looking at the previous years as the last year. But in our data set, the end of the year is just 2021. And we don't have, I didn't think we had 2020. Yeah, it would have given us something here, but there's no other previous year for it to look back at. That's why we are having 0.00% here. So let's just leave it at 2024 for now. If you want to uncheck it, you can just uncheck it and then everything will be back to normal. Yeah, so let's bring the slicer up here. We'll use it later. Now we'll work on the quantity. The quantity, to do that. Okay, I didn't add the area chart for this. So let me quickly copy this. You can still come here. You can still come here and then bring your area chart to. You can actually do that, but it's to save time and to make it quick for you. Just right click, copy visual, and then Control V, you paste it, you bring it down. Now you quickly remove sum of revenue and then you bring in your profits. Since you are looking at profits now, you're looking at profits. So we'll just drag profits down. Oh, that didn't work. So take off revenue and then I'd say bring in profits. Oops, it's supposed to, I want it to be the same color with this. So let me bring in profits. Don't take off revenue. Okay, I still have to change the color manually. So we'll go to our lines here, and then this width, as the name implies, is to how thick do we want this line to be? How thick do we want it to be? If you increase it to 10, let's just play around it and say, let's say 10. See how thick this is? It doesn't look good to me. So let's just drop it at 3. And then the color, we change it to the color we're using for our dashboard. Now we've done for quantity. It's left with quantity and customers. It's left with quantity and customers. So under format your report page. Okay, let's copy and paste, man. My brain just went blank for a minute. So we've copied the KPI card and then we'll bring it down here. And then we'll have quantity there. Yeah. So quantity, we're looking for the quantity colon. All right, this is quantity. We drag quantity here and then we remove profit. Now we have that, and then we go to our reference label to add the percentage change. That's, let's compare with the previous year. So see, and then under add label here, we'll bring in year over year quantity. Please don't mistake and bring in for another column. It will work, but it just has to be in order. So we'll drag year over year quantity. Can see the percentage change. One more for customers. It's left with customers, but this size is not enough. So we'll quickly increase our Power BI canvas size. To do that, ensure you don't click on any chart. If you click on a chart, it's not going to show you the option to do that. Ensure you click on the blank page. Then we have just 2 tabs here. You come here under canvas settings. You see the type here, change it to custom. Now you can increase your height and width to whatever you want. So let me look at the height we have here on the overview. Okay, 900.15. All right. So we change this to custom, and then on the height, we just write in 900, and then on the width, we would have 1,500. So you just type it in, and you see it expands. Now you can just drag this anywhere you want. Have this here. Still have a whole lot of formatting to do. Still have a whole lot. Now let's bring in the area chart. Let me just copy again. Oh yeah. In case you are working on your dashboard and then everything kind of blanks or shows something like this, just know that you've clicked a particular part on a chart. You see something like this. If you click on, you just have to click on it back to come back to normal. Let's say in this map chart, you click somewhere, that's just going to show you figures or details for that very place you clicked. Yeah, so let's just know that. So let me just copy this quickly, copy visual, and then paste. Let's have for quantity, and then I'm going to add data to your visual. Since you're looking at quantity, we will remove some of profit here, and then we'll bring in quantity. format your visual. Then we'll go to lines. Under the line color, we change it to this. Now we have how many cards? We have about four cards. So yeah, one other thing, quick one. If you're working on it and then maybe you press something you did not want to press, the normal procedures, Control-Z to go back. Let's say now I have dragged this here. Can just say Control-Z on my keyboard and it's going to go back. That's go back. Or you use up here. You see the two keys here. That's undo the last action and then redo the last action you did. The next we want to have for customers. So let me just copy the card again instead of bringing a new one. Copy visual, Control-V. And then we remove quantity. Let's drag customers inside there. So should be customer ID. Nope, it's not the customer. Is it the customer ID? Let me confirm. Okay, total customers. So on page 1, we remove the quantity and all of that we had. Then we drag in total customers. That's why I said you have to write the DAX measures for all of this first. Remember, this is the DAX code to have the total customers. And then you drag it to your data. We have it there, 5,000 customers. Then we'll go back to reference label here, and then we put in year-over-year customer change under the add label. Now we have that. Give me some minutes. Let me open the gates for someone. I'll be back. All right. The next thing we want to do is put in our area charts for that. So I'll quickly copy this, Control-V, then I'll paste it here. And then I'm going to bring in year-over-year customer. Yeah, year-over-year customers. So I'll remove some of quantity here and then bring in customers. Oh, it didn't enter. I think I have to. Why is it not going? Oof, not year-over-year, just the total customers rather. All right. Now let's change the color. We'll go to lines. And then under color, we have it at this. Now let's go to page 2. This table visual. Let's expand it because we'll be adding a few columns. So now let's add the year-over-year percentage change. Let me confirm from this. which of the column it was. Here, the profit change. So add the profit change. We'll just click on it. Now we have that here. We don't want the total down here. So to remove that, under format your visual, you see something like totals. You turn that off. Just turn off the values. Now that's gone. Let's bring it back. And the next thing we want to do is we want to use a trick. We'll add something like a bar chart. But it's not this type. It's just the normal bar chart that we know. So we'll bring in this. We'll drag it somewhere here. And then we are looking at product name. So let's bring in product name and then percentage change in products. Do we have year over year change here? Year over year change in profit rather. That should go to the, let me confirm as well. All right, the x-axis is total profit. So bring in total profits to the x-axis. Now we have this. Let's format our table again. So we'll just have the, okay, to come to format your visual here. And then under values, okay, the font size is okay. Let's say we're okay with 10. The text color should be black for now until when we are done with our background on PowerPoint. So that won't be now. That will be probably in our next class. So let's go to where is it? Background color. This alternate background color, let's just have it as white for now. Now we have something like this. But we'll still make some changes when we bring in our dark background because this is not what we are going to use. And then, okay, let's go to grid. Under grid here, the width, let's increase it. As we want this text to come down properly. We want to adjust this, if possibly, till down here. Then this, we would set it at, let's leave it at white for now. I think 6 is okay. We'll still come back to that because this is not done yet. We'll come to options and we'll see, what do we have there? The row padding. Let's also open it up. Now we have something like this. And then I'm going to drag this table closer to it. Then I would remove the values here. You know, normally on our bar charts, we always have this, like these labels here on the y-axis, but I'm going to turn it off because I want it to correspond with this. Remember, this is what we are trying to achieve. Let me show us again. This is what we are trying to achieve. And then where is it? On that page 2, okay? So click on it, format your visual, and then on the y-axis, we turn off the values and then the title. Now we have something like that. Let's change our color, change our bar color. So we'll come to bars, and then the color, remember we are using this. And then we don't want these horizontal grid lines. These dotted things here, they are called grid lines. You see, we still have them here. So we'll go to grid lines, we'll turn off vertical. If it's for this, we'll just, oh, Let's remove for this other chart. That's the horizontal. Let's remove for this. It might seem insignificant, but trust me, it's not insignificant. Those little things can make or break your dashboard. Then the x-axis, we don't want all of that. Let's go to the x-axis, turn off values and title. Now we have something like this. Let me adjust this. Does this correspond? I'm trying to shuffle this till everything is actually on point. But yeah, this is okay. I'm going to turn off the column headers here, the headers on this table. So let's adjust this again. We'll click on this. We don't want the header. So we'll come to column headers, still on the format tab. We'll come to column headers. Okay, there's no way to turn that off, so we'll just make it transparent. That's the trick. See, the text color is black, but if we change the text color to white, we will not see it anymore. But before we do that, let's reduce the fonts to the smallest size possible. Can't go below 8. So now we change the text color to white. Now we cannot see that, but it's still there, but we can't see it. But that's what we want. I'm trying to sort this. I want the situation whereby if we have yoga mat here, it's also yoga mat for this, but here it's product name jacket. So trying to see how we can format that. Do I have to sort it? Here over here. I think it's by clicking this, it's coming up. Let me try sorting it. So let's sort descending first. That didn't work. Ascending still didn't work. Let me sort by sum of profits, and then let's make that. Okay, I think we are getting there. Let's have this. We'll come back to that. Let's not waste our time, but we'll fix it. Now we have both of them together. We want to put something like a spark line that shows the trend of sales or the trend of profits. To do that, we would be using this spark line by OKVs. To get this to your visual too, you have to, you know, the normal process, get more visuals and then you import it. When you see when you click on get more visuals here, and then you search for the name. That's why I'm putting my mouse so you guys can see the name. Just type in sparkline by OKVs. You'd see it and then you add it. So let's quickly bring that in. I hope this works. So with this to be formatted. Then we'll put the month number on the calendar. Let's have the month. Is it month or day? And then the profit. This doesn't work. We'll do it in our next slide, but I'm going to figure it because sometimes it misbehaves. But we would have it. Everything is coming to values, no? Let's leave this for now and proceed with others. So the next thing is to go to the page 3. On the page 3 here, we would have a table up here. Everything we abandoned, we are going to do it and complete it soon. I don't want to waste time on it, but I'm going to figure it out and then share it with us soon. So for this, we are going to bring in the states. We are looking at the KPIs by the states. Then we have that, and then we'll bring in total customers. Is it that? No, customer ID. Where is the customers? Let me confirm. Location. Okay. Yeah, I got that. So on the table, after you've clicked on states, you click on customer ID. But it's going to give us like the IDs like this because this is a text type. But it simply comes to this drop down here, and then you click on the drop down, you change it to count. As we want it to count the customers. Now you can see the customers for each of the states. And then we'll bring in revenue. Bring in our revenue. Once you click on it, you have it there. And then we'll bring in quantity as well. And then we'll bring in current year profit. To have the current year, you'd write a DAX code for that. If you've not written it already, you'd have to do it, which is this CY profit. Once you click on it, you would see it here. The current year profit is simply the sum of the total profit. So let's have that. Click on it. And then we'll have the previous year profit too, which is the PY profit. This is the total profit minus 1 year. That's the previous year. Let me show us that again. If I click on this, you'd see it's not coming up. Okay. It's not showing, but if we adjust our table, we'll see it. You can see previous year. Let me bring it down here. And the last thing we'd want to add is the percentage change in profits. So we'll scroll down on our measures and then we'll bring in the year-over-year profit change. Now, here it is. So let's do some formatting here. We'll just change the names. Instead of count of customer ID, we'll just have it as customers. So to do that, you double tap on this and then you remove that count of. Then you remove ID as well, and then you just type in customers, add an S. See, it has changed here from customer ID to customer. That's how you rename the table. Sum of revenue too, you click on revenue. And then press enter. Sum of quantity, let's give it time to load. Sum of quantity, we don't want that as sum of quantity. Let's just have it as quantity. And then press enter. Then the CY profit and PY profit, yeah, those ones are okay. Everything here is okay. Now we have extra space, so we'll just adjust this down here. If we feel like changing this, we can change it, but I don't really see. But let's just edit it. So come to grid. The grid color, let's have everything to be white. Okay, I think that should be on values. Yeah, values. The text color is black, the background color is white, and then the alternate background color is, let's have it as white as well. We don't want these total values. I showed us how to do that. You come to total, you turn it off. We will still come back to format this. Let's have that. Then on this, bar charts, we have the grid lines here. Let's remove it. I mean, column charts rather. Turn off the horizontal grid lines. Then let's remove these values here on the y-axis. We turn off the values, turn off the title. Then on the x-axis, you remove the month short. That title there, we don't want it. What I am doing here would take you guys time because it's something I've done and I have kind of mastered it. That's why I'm fast. And if I'm too fast, you just have to watch and then backward, watch and backward. That's how you get it. That's how you get it. If this class lasts for 1 hour, 30 minutes, you notice that you might spend over 3 hours on working on this. Yeah, we have this. The next thing is, let's quickly bring in our KPIs. So let's go back to page 1. Let's format this, all of this. So we'll click on it. I'm looking at the formatting to the proper thing to do. Come to format your visual. Under reference label, the title on this reference label, select field name. Okay, let's just change the title here. Oh no, it's not showing there. Okay, on reference label, the title, let's change it to custom. It's showing. I'm looking at editing it. Okay, now once you've changed it from field name to custom, that's custom would allow you to make changes to the title. Now we don't want to show year over year. It's kind of too plenty. Let's just have it as previous year. I will just put PY versus PY versus PY. You see that here now. Then we'll press enter. And then let's remove I think the background. The value is okay. See cards, the background, turn the background off on the border, everything. We'll do a proper editing when we bring in our PowerPoint background. Because for now, we can't seem to get what we want, but we'll do it. So once you've edited one like this, you don't have to do the same thing for all of them. But we're not done. Remember, we're not done editing this. But once you've done this, you can just get the formatting of this. That's you want to copy this edit on all these other visuals instead of doing them one by one manually. To do that, you click on the one you're trying to copy the editing. Click on this painter. See this painter icon. You can see the right top, like the formatting of something in your document. Use format painter to apply that look to other content. So when you click on it and then you paint, you hit on this, it's gonna change. Oh, it's removed the previous year. Let's go back. That's not what we want. Let's go back. It means we're going to do it manually then. But that's not what we want for now. So let me make this smaller. Let's make this smaller. Instead of sum of revenue up here, we'll just call it revenue. Remember, the previous one we did was for the percentage change. Now we are trying to edit the header here. Let's have it as revenue. Sum of profits, have it as just profit. Same thing for sum of quantity. Same thing for sum of quantity. Trying to remove all of them. Total customers. We'll just have that as customers. Then press enter. Now for the area chart, Oh, I've clicked on something here. For the area chart, let's remove the title. Remove the title. We go to general. You see title, you turn it off. I think we can get the formatting of this. Let's remove the background. On effect, you turn off the background. And let's see if we can. So I've gotten the formatting of that, and then I'll paste on this. It removed the title but change the color. This thing wants us to do it. I think it works only for charts. So let's just do it manually. Remove the title, remove the background. Remember, it's on general, not visual. So you click on it, you come to general, turn off the background, turn off the title. Same with this, turn off the background, turn off the title. Now let's adjust this, make it smaller. Trying to make it small as possible. Oh, I didn't change the labels from for this. So remember we said instead of this year over year, we just want it to be previous year versus previous year. So come back to visual reference label, and then okay, we are to select our series. This is basically asking you where do you want to apply it, where do you want to make changes to. We are not looking at making changes to the profits. We are looking at making changes to oh yeah, under select label, that's the percentage profit. Now we've selected that. Under title, we have it at custom. Then the text, we want it to be, like we said, versus previous year. So let's just have versus PY and then enter. Same thing with this. Year over year quantity label, we'll change it to this, and then the content, have it as custom. Then we'll still have it as PY versus previous year. Let's do the same for these two. Custom versus previous year versus. All right, and that we have that, we are going to group all of them so that we can copy to other pages. No, this is a 4-page report. Though currently we have just 3 now. We have just 3, but that's okay. We'll complete the next one soon. So now I'm going to drag this somewhere like this. Drag this. It's something like this. It might not look good on your eye, and actually it doesn't make sense like that, but we are not done yet. So to group all of them, we would draw like something like a cycle. Ensure it catches all of them. It selects all of them. Let me do that again. So you just come up here, and then you double tap, and then you hover or drag your mouse. Ensure it captures all the charts there. That's the cards and the area charts. And then when you're done, you press Ctrl G. Now we have grouped it. We have grouped it in that we can easily move this. If I click on it, we can easily move this. You see, we can move this anywhere we want. So what we are going to do is copy this, Ctrl C. Let's see if that copied. All right, it did. Ctrl C to copy, and then we come to page 2. That's the second page of our dashboard, and then we paste it. We want it to be here. Oh, let's adjust this to somewhere here. I've selected something. Bring this way too. And now we can now adjust this. All right, we'll do the same on our third page. Control V to paste it. Now we have this. What is next? Let me bring in slicers. Okay, I have the slicer on. Yeah, let's just quickly insert a slicer to filter and see what we have done. Okay, on the page 1, it's actually interactive. Everything looks good. Yeah, so you might have an issue. Let me quickly address that. So when you load in your data sets, I'm going to upload the data set or send it to the co-host. The first thing you want to do is come to the model view. Come to the model view, and then you come to a new table. I think that was recorded. Paste this calendar visual. I'm going to send this code on a PDF document, and I'm also going to upload this Power BI file to guide everybody with what they are doing. I don't want you guys having difficulties. So whatever you couldn't get, just come back to this report and then check on it, and then you'd find it. Just do the same thing. Then you copy this and then you paste it. Once you press new column, you'd have an empty space, and then you paste this calendar code. After pasting it, ensure you create the relationship. That's just drag the dates here to the other dates, and then that's all. Then you can proceed to creating your chart. I'm sure in our next class we'll finish the last page. We've lasted more than an hour, 30 minutes. In our next class we'll fix the last page, which is the orders, and then we'll work on our background on PowerPoint. The background, this dark background, is not made with Power BI. It's not possible to do this on Power BI, but we're going to do it. And then the rest of the changes, we will do it. But everybody should be rest assured that we would have this chart at the end of everything. The slicers, I'm going to format it. It's going to be like this. Yeah, so far, that would be the end for today. Is the co-host available? Okay, I have some questions here. What's the name of the visual? The visual we used, the first one was lollipop. I think, okay, you'd see it on. Let me just type it. Though we did not use it again, but we used error bars for it. Let me just answer the question. So, don't know, how do I select you guys to speak? Blessing Barnabas, can you unmute and speak?
Hello.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Go.
Thank you so far. Good evening. Thank you so far for the teaching. I just want to ask, the visuals you have on your Power BI, there are a lot. How do we get them? Because I don't have them on my own Power BI. Some of the visuals that you have on the Power BI, like
Yeah.
those ones, so how do we get them? And again, you did some measures in the PDF file that you are going to share. Can you copy the functions in the PDF file that you said you will share with the one of the calendar, so that we can
Sure.
do a hands-off?
Sure, I
So I
will.
just want to know. That's my question.
All right. Yeah, you can mute. Let's go back to Power BI. Let me show you guys. Let me share my screen. So you're referring to all of these visuals? Yes, they are imported visuals. I imported them because I needed to use them for some dashboards I created here. But for the sake of this dashboard, we did not use any of them. The only one we used is this pack line by OKViz. This pack line, this is the one you need to import. But should you want to use this lollipop charts in the beginning of the class, I told us how to get it. Each of these charts here, if you want to get it, is available to everybody. So far, you are signed into Power BI. So far, you have a Power BI account. That's if you have your name here. Not with a work account. I don't know. I think I would send a link to a YouTube video where you guys can watch and learn how to sign.
I have my name there. So I
Okay,
just want
then
to know how to get it.
yeah, just watch what I'm doing. Get more visuals. Okay, let me just do this at once. It's loading. Now you can see this is like the marketplace or whatever it is called. There are lots of charts here, a whole lot of charts here. This is a word cloud. I've used this for some dashboards. For the one we used, it's called Lollipop. So you come to search Lollipop. Once you type Lollipop, you see various lollipops. This is the one we used by Nova Silva. Now you click on it. It's loading. You'd see something like download sample and then add. So you click on it, you click on add and then you add it to your visualization. That's what you need to do. Let's give it some seconds. So you can basically import here. You see, if I click on add now, it's going to add, but I won't because I have it already. That's just how to get it. That's just how to get it. But I've showed us another method in which we can use that very chart. And I think that one makes more sense. But for other visuals, that's just how you import it. So let's cancel. But we use error bars for this. We use error bars because sometimes, you see, when I use the bar chart, it refused to load. It refused to load. So let's just go with another method, which is this, using the error bars. I hope I have answered that question. Adorable Sally. Is there where I can unmute you? Yeah, can you go on? Let's just take. You can unmute yourself and speak up, please. Okay. We couldn't get him. Yeah.
Oh,
So
sorry.
that's.
I was trying. Hello. Hello.
Are
Can
you
you
saying
hear me?
something?
Yes,
Yes, I
please.
can.
Sorry. Yeah. I actually joined the class late. I was on the road, so I joined just recently. Where are we going to get the audio, the recording for this, and also
Yeah, it's
the?
recorded. It's recorded.
All right. Thank you. And the PDF and the other stuff that you said you are going to send. Where are you sending it to? Is it the chat here, or there's the group that you're going to send that to?
I'm not in your group, so I'll make everything available to the co-host, and he's going to. She will provide it to you guys, but I will as soon as the class is ended.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I know I have been, should I say fast? I don't know, but I'm going to make provisions for this. I'm going to send this as along with everything. I don't give this out, but I'm going to upload it for you guys as well, and it's going
Okay.
to guide you. It's going to guide you. And see the different measures we created. Any other question? Let's take one more question because I have a meeting coming up soon. I think that's all. I think that's all. Okay. So guys, we'll see not tomorrow, but on Thursday. On Thursday, 4 p.m. Hopefully, we'll be able to round that up on Thursday. It's a complex dashboard. That's why it's taking a whole lot of time. For it to look that good, a whole lot of time was put into it. So guys, we'll see on Thursday by 4 p.m. Bye.